Alright, hello once again YouTube. Welcome back to more From the Depths. So, we've been doing our actually the Empire campaign, the land tank campaign, and we ran into a very, very big white flares craft called the Beholder, which is about 4 times the size of anything we could actually build with the volume limit. Let's load this thing in, hang on. Volume, yeah, it's almost 4 times the volume limit. Well, actually, even is there, like, flagship? I don't know, but it's got to be one of the biggest things they've got anyway. We need to beat this thing, and I figure rather than try to do that with small tanks, that I'm not convinced they're going to be able to do it very easily, and we're going to take massive casualties. We're going to shenanigans our way past the volume limit. There is a way to do it, so I have a bit of an idea for roughly how this is going to be done. So we'll first need a bit of a sort of fairly conventionalist tank that will act as the core of the craft. Let's get some wheels on this thing. Land. We'll do wide drive wheels, 3 meters. Nope. And another 2 meters on the front. Okay. So cover these completely so that they're shielded. Oh, 3 meters for that one. Okay. And what we're going to do, and I'll sort of roughly block this out so you guys can see what I'm thinking, is we'll have a core craft. We will have, on the front, at each side, a docked craft that is basically a shield with some self-repairing, so an armoured sort of plate with some repair bots behind it. We'll have one on the sides, and another couple at the back to give it a full, like, 6-way, like, coverage, like a big hexagonal shield. The centre craft will have repair bots on it. We're going to use some repair shenanigans. Then there will be, docked above it, 1 or maybe even 2 gun pods, which will be doing the damage, and it will have a mast in the centre of the main craft that will be doing detection. So that's what we're thinking. That's what I'm thinking for our craft. This will need to be fairly tough because it'll be the core, but it won't need to be super resilient because it's going to have the others' shields defending it. And this will be 9 Hilda. I think we're going to go with. I'm saving the Rosalie because she's second best character, so saving that one for another big one. But this will be our actual big craft, which is quite fitting because Hilda was one of the good fighters in the show. Right. Definitely one of the stronger ones. So a bit hard to work out what the best way to go about designing this will be, considering it's core. We could even make it a bit narrower, maybe. Might actually we'll make the tracks wider. We'll make it quite fast. We'll have big, resilient tracks on the inside, but they'll just be those. Fuel engines, we're just straight up going to use one of the pre-builts. That's good. Not going to mess around on this one. Doesn't need to be too complicated or resource efficient. This is our big, we roll this out when there's problems build. Volume is okay at the moment. Right. That'll be... We'll put some eternal heavy armor in to divide up this section. That will just, in general, put heavy armor around the engine. Put the AI in here. And we will also surge protect it, although I don't think we'll need to against the white flares, but we might need to later against some of the bigger factions, and I'd rather not have our biggest craft not being shielded properly, so... Oh, but someone did say, do be careful, because obviously the surge protectors disappear when they're destroyed. If we in fact do stone blocks and attach it via that, that should mean that the EMP shouldn't easily travel through it, so it shouldn't get targeted. We'll do a card slot. We'll do a generic... This one will be a... We'll keep it as a circling tank. This will be a circling tank because we don't want it to be locked down to a single section taking all the damage. Also, we'll want some resource storage on board. We'll do that near the front. Right. We're also going to need... We'll want a inter-vehicle transmitter. It will make us vulnerable to wireless snoopers, but we're going to need it because we're going to be transmitting data to the other parts of the ship itself. Yeah, not really the most efficient shape for fitting AI cards, but I guess we'll do that. It should be enough for the detection system, I hope. Actually, no, if we do that, we can do one on each side as well. There we go. Do another layer of heavy armor up front, or I guess even the higher one. And this is the core of the craft, so this needs to be tough. Yeah, if we actually go like that. And we have some beams behind it for soaking up HESH. Or heat, rather. That should work, I think. Make the front nice and tough anyway. And then the the sides don't need to be as heavily armoured, but we'll still do metal over them. They're still taking up that space, so do 3 meters. A little bit of aesthetics as well, of course. Nope. Not sure what we'll do there, but we'll do something with it. If we go... It's just 1 meter, isn't it? Because we're safe. Shape of it. God, it could do with, like a PID or something. It's definitely, it's vibing right over there. Right. Use this to hopefully just deflect some shots up and away. Yep. Okay, and then we'll have... Oh, we could mount the... We could start mounting the mast from the back, I suppose. And we'll also need some self-repair space. Might do 2 gun pods and have 1 on each side. That might be the best way to do that. That'd be the tallest of masts, but... a little bit of height to get over everything. Right, then we'll do AI. Receiver. Detectors. We'll maybe even have some detection systems on the gun pods themselves as well. What do we need? Probably camera trackers is fine, right? Because we're doing cannons, so visual detection is good. We could also maybe do with some laser range finding. So if we go... Oh, I know we're going to be orbiting. We probably want to leave the sides free. We'll do laser trackers above. Do a couple of those. And we have a camera in the middle. Camera's up there. That. Can armor in the middle of the two because they can't see past each other anyway. Try that, and then we could also have a strategic antenna on it as well, seeing as it's quite a big craft. A bit of its own radar ability wouldn't hurt. Okay. And we'll also want repair tentacles, because again we're going to use a bit of self-repair ability on this one as its main defense. And also need resources. Right, that's a thought. Resources. Material storage. I reckon we could put them in, yeah, above the wheels. And we could even have a few Baneblade style external fuel tanks on the back, so I like how that looks. That one there. go there. That will go there, but only as deco. Looks like something's holding them. Right. It's still moving back and forth. Will you stop? Still moving for the minute. We'll work on the actual handling characteristics in a moment as well. Right. Tracks. Add all tracks. Width 2. Automatically cover the right bit, I think. 2. Yeah. And width 2. So we have the actual tank tracks now. So, yes, repair. Tentacles. Not very expensive, I don't think, so I'll have quite a lot. Again, this will be the core of the cross defense, so it's alright to spend a bit of resources here. Reasonably resilient to shots from most angles. Right. So, let's say that should be the core functional enough. Oh.
Listening.
Hey, what it doesn't have? It doesn't have a seat. We can't control this thing from the inside. Which is probably not ideal given this is a big mothership type craft. We might have to have like an external seat or something somewhere. We've got a little seat off the back. Like a yacht, a little fly bridge on the back. So, fire control computer on the sides. Go perfectly safe. So this will be a perfectly safe spot to pilot from. And even if it's not, it's funny. Right. Yeah, rear suspension could do some work. Might just need to. So if we do wheel configuration, spring force 40, double the strength of the back suspension. Stiffen it up a bit back there. 40 and 40. It is a little rear heavy. That looks a bit better. The thing we need to do, of course, is change how these drive control forward 0.8. And the reason we do that is because I need it to be able to turn even when it's at full speed. It's using its full speed, it can't. Oh, it's not set to tank either. That's another thing we need to fit. Oh, is that track wrong? What is set to width 2? Apparently not. Okay. We did, it's just in the wrong place. No, it didn't say that it was at 2. Hello? Okay, now that's saved. Right, drive response. Tank wheel preset. Spread to neighbours. We'll maybe just try that and see if that works. We may have to indeed change the thing. Oh, I actually don't think I even need to be doing that because it's... Okay. Can we still turn up speed? Okay, no, it can still turn at speed. It doesn't know. It needs to... Oh, I think it puts the others into reverse, so it would still work, yeah. Cool, okay. Oh, maybe that's why it was reacting weird. Maybe it's because it didn't know it was a tank. Oh, and of course,
Listening.
Speaking of that...
Land mode standing by.
You're a tank, not a amphibian. You don't need to repeat the water incident. Right. Cause, yeah, and I think about it, we won that fight against the lightning hoods with our biggest missiles not even targeting properly. Not bad. Right, because they're all in the water and be banging out. Oh, this should probably be reinforced. Yep. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And honestly, these bits should be heavy as well, I think. Save it. How much do you have for volume? 1800. We're okay. I think we're going to be alright for adding the extras. So, we need to design the extra bits we're going to fit to it. So, let's see. Let's fit on the docking ports first for where they're going to go. And spawners. Misc? So they're on a miscellaneous, right? There we go. Docking station. Docking station 1 meter. These are compact ones. Since I'm factory working, have them sticking off, they're going to need to be in place. Yeah, okay, so we'll do one there. One in the middle at the sides. One at the rear somewhere here, I guess. Mount them a bit more so they look like they're actually meant to be there. Oh, actually, it's relatively the spawners as well. And the spawners above them as well. Oh, that just arrives. I need to rip that immediately. Good start. Right. Okay. That'll do for the armor plates, and we'll build that now. So, just gonna snap to that every time, isn't it? Oh wait, I can do new vehicle, can't I? New blueprints, vehicle. But you used to have to do this all the time. It's so long. Right. So we will want MISC origin block we'll want to start with. Oh, that's the front there, is it? Okay. Right. So this is not a particularly complicated block. This is going to be a bit of resources and a metal barrier, basically. Or perhaps heavy armor on the front. So... the origin blocks, we know where it'll pivot around to position it correctly. Say this as a run save, be the 009 of the armor plate. Okay. It's too long, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. So we'll go to 1 meter. Slope. With a big 4 meter wedge. This will go on for 8 meters. So I'm going to be quite wide. Okay, a little bit taller than they are there as well. And we'll go... specifically for height, they will be taller in the middle as well. Okay, and they're probably going to need to be, in general, just a bit taller than that actually, now I think about it. But these will stay low because they're going to be on ground level. Maybe wide enough, we'll see, I suppose. Right. Middle I want to be raised a bit for the aesthetic. The front, it shall be... back on those 3s, let's go... be as tough as it can be. Yeah, reinforcing so as well. At the back, we want to have resources for its own repairs. I guess it will need an AI of its own, I think. Not that it'll do much, but I think it will need one. Although, feel free to correct me on that one in the comments. If we can take it out, I will take that out. I have a feeling the game will consider it AI dead in the campaign if it does spawn in without the AI. Even though it's a subcomponent in a sense. Yeah, I thought it was... Anyway, right, then we need... MISC repair bots. 7. I'll put some on the ceiling as well. The rest will be sealed in. We do some poles on the middle actually as well for the sake of that. Anti-hesh armor, anti-heat armor even. Actually, that could be a whoop. And we'll cap the top of that. Actually, yeah, I like the idea of that getting narrower. That looks nice. Then at the very front, we shall have heavy. The good news is these are actually quite cheap, because of course there's no working components in it, it's just armor. Yeah, we got a 2 meter at the front. I kind of like how that narrows in. We'll paint a nice pattern on the front of it with deco blocks. Right, in theory that's our armored plate complete. Let's again, let's paint that now while I'm thinking about it. I think we'll do is yeah, given that heavy armor kind of already has the right color. Is there a quick way to do it than this though? This will work, but it'll be very like slow. I feel like there would be, but I don't know what it is. I guess we could stretch one maybe. No, I'll just add the stripes manually. There's not that many of them to do. Yeah, especially since we're still mirrored and I've forgotten about that. Even mirrored, so they shouldn't eat at the repair bots, which is something I had made the mistake on before. I do try to learn from what you guys tell me, even if I don't always manage it. But yes, I'm sort of starting to be able to imagine what how tough these should be in theory. What a bunch of these around the craft defending it should be able to do. More importantly, how much less anything targeting it should be able to do. Oh. Oh. No. Right. The keybinds are a little bit weird. Yeah, that looks fairly solid. That might even... Yeah, there we go. Is there anything else I could do to make it look cool? Or the strength of it. We could put shields on it, but that would require power. I'd rather not set up power inside these things because they are super cheap at the moment. So we'll leave that as is. Oh! I was going to say rubber on the bottom might not be a bad idea, actually. But if it is knocked off, it doesn't take damage, and it can theoretically be reattached if something repairs on the main craft. Yep. It should be able to drop to the ground, no damage. We will need 6 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Make sure they're all set to be land vehicles.
Listening.
Land mode standing by.
Listening.
Yes. Land mode standing by. Yes.
Merge into a fleet. Hilda needs to be the
Yes.
flagship, if it's not already, which I think it is. So we'll go at the top of the list. Back to beam. Oh. Go smashed it. Load in a new one. Be 100? I guess so, right. Hold distance. Quite tight, yeah, 5 meters is fine. Angle. I guess 40? What do I need to clear the middle? Can I move it? No, it has to be that closer. May have to move where it's attached. So let's attach the next one, but let's also set it up to spawn that one. Right, so we do the next one on the list. And you go to azimuth, what was it, minus 40? Alright, that works. And we may even... Oh, what was it, 40 or 45? 40, 40. It is right, it just looked weird. And then height, elevation. Oh, it's actually in the ground. Send it rubber distance. Okay, I might have to move these up then, actually. Yeah, okay. I might also move these out to the edges, actually, in this particular case, because I want them to be able to be fairly, stay fairly straight against each other. They're not supposed to have that strict of an angle, or that tight of an angle. Second one down. Yeah, I'll cross it over there, so they will need to be angled a bit. 15. Minus 15. Okay, that one can just be 15. That kind of looks alright. If they're clipping a tiny bit, that looks alright-ish. Probably doesn't want to be clipping at all, but I do kind of like how that looks. The rubber on the bottom probably is a good idea, though, I would say, with these. Got the visual effects turned on? You should do. Yeah. Not that you can see much of it, but it's probably alright, I think. A little bit of clipping, but that's not too bad. It's clearly not meant to be egregiously abusive clipping on it. Right. Next one down. Selection. Save vehicle. Next one. Yes, now we'll need immediately to move those up and to move this. Yeah, and then the sub-vehicle spawner down. Alright, so third on the list. Pretty much perfect. I might set it to be like 25 though. Shield the front. Yep. Fourth one down. No elevation. And visual effects, of course. Yeah, so it is indeed hiding below its shields. I do like how that kind of works. It is actually shielded from most angles. We'll do the rear ones as well. I'm going to move those to the very edge because they're going to need to be, I think. Right, they can't even go out to the edge just yet because they don't have anything to attach to. I'll have to split those upside down. Right. Although I have that looks and final reinforcements last, but let's focus on getting them all attached now. Oh, hang on. Are these actually... You've got... That's number 4 then. Is it? No, okay. So this one's number 3, so this will be number 3. This will be number 4. We will test spawn it as well in a minute. Right. Now, how many plates are left? 2.
Yes?
Ah, one of them's not in the fleet. Okay. Oh, because I had to spawn a new one. Right, right. Right, number 5. Yeah, it got smashed into the ground. Why? So I've got mode on for all of them. Actually dead?
Yes?
That was actually dead. Great. Yes, we'll load in another one. God mode on for all of you as well. Oh, not you. Another armoured plate.
Yes? Yes?
Scrap you. Oh, what's the thing for that?
On my way. You have
I
control.
can't scrap you just yet, so just get at it.
On my way.
Right. That is the Hilda back. Let's delete all the rest. Do a quick spawn check. Looks good. Is it going to smash when it hits the ground? No, I was going to say it shouldn't do. They've got rubber on the bottom, but... Oh, there's definitely a bit of clipping into the floor happening, though. It might be something we have to account for and may have to raise them. Oh, yeah, there's definitely some stuff happening there. Right. Doesn't help that you won't stop. Say I doesn't want to stop moving. PIDs. Forward back controller. That's a bit more chilled out. Good. Right. Ground clearance is clearly going to be an issue with these shields then. It seems like shielding it. It seems like... I have to be careful of that, but we will set the PID on it. Anyway, forward back. 2.01. So what's our best bet? Do we take the rubber off and assume that they won't clip as much, or do we have to raise it? We might raise it actually. I might raise the suspension to be way taller. Yeah, and show the suspension so we can actually see what it's connected by. Now we'll stiffen it a lot as well with that. That should give us an extra meter, and we shouldn't rock as much. We don't want to raise it too high, because then we'll lose the bonus the shields are giving us, because stuff will sneak under. But we don't want it to be too low either and crashing into the ground. So, 2 more armor plates. Select and attach them. And the other one. Right. This is the... Do need to actually make sure we're on the fleet. Oops, not that. That. Confirm selection. And the last one, confirm selection. Okay, vehicle. Then we just do the angles on these. Which might be quite extreme, actually. Yeah, I might even go for that 50. No, my 35 maybe might be better. 50 doesn't cover the rear. Yeah, it's reasonably good coverage. It should be attacking from the front or sides most of the time, so... Right. Let's quickly spawn something in and see... Let's spawn in one of those beholders and see how much damage we actually take if we fight one. And see if there's any issues with colliding with the ground. So the spawner immediately got hit, so we need to reinforce that. But the armoured plates are shrugging off hits well, I would say. Yeah, so we need to reinforce where the spawners are attached to the vehicle. Looks like those are quite easy to kill. Okay. That's fine, we can redesign the armour on the main core. Definitely some issues with ground clearance. I might try taking the rubber off the bottom. I feel like that might cause more damage, but it will mean they don't catch so much. But we'll see how it goes. Right. Armor, yes. What's the best way to armor around this? Yeah, probably extra, really. Yeah, it's probably just to go quite thick on it, really. Straight up heavy reinforcements around it. Make the looks look right. Once we're sure they're working as armor. Yeah. Oh. Thought we had a square corner we could do here that would look right. Am I going mad? I guess it'd be like that if it went over the side, wouldn't it? Yes, we'll. Do that, and then we do 4 meter slope. Just do that, do square corner, and then we drop it down. Give it the other side. Volume's still okay. This can be, got a bit of extra armor on top anyway because of those. This can be like that. We actually have this be like a... like that. Okay, let's try that. Chunkier looking hull now. See if these still get knocked around so easily. I might even set it to front side. It might be better to just keep all those plates at the front and front side of it rather than circling. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. So those armor plates for this fire, well, I think those are a success. Well, they self-repair so quickly that it doesn't matter. But they do actually, I think, just generally shrug off a lot of fire anyway. Change that AI card then, and then we'll call it an episode, I think. Right, Not that. Specifically we want... oh, yeah, we'll need... Oh, no, we won't need targeting AI because that'll be in the guns. Right, we need... Circling tank. No. We need a specific... we need to make this ourselves, actually. Go on, Beholder. You're not needed for the moment. Right. You will be... behavior. Point at. You cannot straight, but you can turn on this thing, you can reverse, you can be stationary. Distance. Ignore altitude. You're a tank, you don't care about that. Maneuver. Ship or tank. What it might need is a more stable chassis, maybe. May have to work on that, because it definitely seems a bit prone to smashing its own things by tilting too much. What would be the best way to do that? I'm not sure, but we've got a good few From the Depths episodes in, so what I might do is I might call that there for From the Depths for recording for today. We'll do some of the other series that I've been getting on with. And if you guys in the comments want to suggest a way that we could maybe stabilise the frame, I could maybe turn it into a hovercraft. I suppose we've got a fair bit of power still if it was just a low-flying hovercraft. But the idea of it being a tank is that it can shrug off the hits with those plates because it's so low to the ground. But anyway, that's what we'll go for.
Yes?
It has completely destroyed those plates. That's really annoying for actually working on it because it means I have to reload the AI. I'll do that off screen anyway. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.